Hey everybody, I'm Belle, and today we have a special guest today, Octavian Kaul, who is known as young Hunter Zolomon on CW's The Flash. So, you're doing good today, Octavian?
Yeah.
Alright, so I have 10 questions today. There might be some other questions that I might just jump in and ask.
Okay, yeah.
Alright, so tell me about the start of your acting career. I know that your passion for film started at a young age with the movie soundtracks for John Williams' Star Wars and Harry Potter. Tell me more about the start of your career at that time.
Well, when I was about 4 years old, my dad won a flip video camera in something, and so I took it to a bowling arena with my best friend at the time, Leaf, and we just made these ridiculous, awful, fake commentaries on, like it was on TV, and that's when I realized, hey, this is kind of fun. So I just kept going, and it's just turned into this.
Yeah.
And then after that, I eventually started to get into acting, and I went to a couple of acting classes, and I got a couple auditions through that until I got my first role in a music video, and it's just been amazing ever since then. Just keep auditioning and getting roles here and there. It's been great.
Yeah, what music video was that again? I remember seeing it, but I forgot which one it was for.
Yeah, it was for a local Canadian band called Current Swell for their song Rollin', and I had to play kind of a bad kid who just went around town wrecking everybody's stuff. It was lots of fun to do.
Alright, so you had really a fun time doing that one. What was your favorite part doing the video?
My favorite part of doing the video was there's a part in the in the music video where I have to get up on a birthday cake, on a birthday table or whatever, and kick a bunch of stuff around, kick some Cheetos at people, and then eventually get to the end of the table and kick a cake onto the ground, and that was loads of fun.
I'll bet. That sounds really exciting.
Yeah, especially because it was my first role, so I had no idea what I was doing, so it was great to just be able to do that. It's a pretty unique experience when you get to do something that fun. Also, my sister was there, and she was one of the extras at the birthday table, so I kicked Cheetos into her face by accident, so that's always a good thing to laugh at when I see the video.
Yeah. Does she still laugh about it, even though you, with the cake thing going in her face?
Yeah. I'm not sure. I don't know if she hasn't seen it in forever, so she might have forgotten about it, but it's always fun to just look back at that and remember. That was like a year and a half ago-ish.
Yeah. Okay, so my next question, what is it about filmmaking and acting that you enjoyed the most?
What I enjoy the most, well, about filmmaking, it's probably when you're working on it, and especially when all the work is done and you see the final product on screen, it's just the best feeling ever. Whether I'm acting it or I'm creating it, it's always so great to just see that and realize, like, oh, you did this, you've done this, that's great. Also, just acting and stuff is lots of fun because you get to meet the new directors, meet new actors. It's always a blast on set. So the whole process is always great fun. It's difficult to choose one thing.
Yeah. Is there an actor or a director that you want to work with in the future?
Ooh, yes. I would love to work with Steven Spielberg. That would be my dream job. Working with him on something to do with aliens. I don't know. Just working with him on anything he does. He's always so great, and it would just be great to be able to see him in action. That would be so cool.
Yeah, that would be so cool. I've been a fan of Steven Spielberg since I was very young. And my next question, tell me about your favorite actor or actress.
My favorite actor or actress, Simon Pegg is my favorite actor, and it's because he has such a way with, he can play so many he can play so many characters and do them so well, and he's just a master of comedy and improvisation. And just watching him, it's always so much fun to just see what he does and what he can bring to any character. Like what he brought to Star Trek, or what he did with Shaun of the Dead or Hot Fuzz, it's just hilarious. He can make even the most serious roles seem funny.
Yeah. Yeah, I could totally agree to that. He's really funny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you prefer acting or making movies?
Yeah, that's something I've been dealing with in the last little bit, and I've started to enjoy making movies just as much, if not more, than acting. Because though I enjoy being on set and doing stuff, when I'm behind the camera and I get shots, and I usually write the stuff that I make, so getting to just see that whole thing unfold and see it unfold how I want it to go with just me being able to do the cinematography and see the actors and interact with them other than being on screen it's just a great feeling for me. So I'd have to choose filmmaking right now.
Yeah, is there a specific genre that you want to work in, like a sci-fi, action, comedy?
Definitely comedy and horror.
Yeah.
Those two are, I want to work on them together and them separately, because those are two very different things, yet I enjoy both of them so much.
Yeah, I do too. What's your favorite horror movie?
Ooh. I don't know. That's difficult. There's The Silence of the Lambs is pretty good, but let me think. The Cabin in the Woods was a great one, I'd have to say. It was a really creative look at the whole horror movie tropes. But there's one I watched recently. What is it? There's a movie called Crimson Peak. I loved the cinematography on that. But overall, I'd say possibly Scream.
Yeah.
I very much enjoy how they both don't take themselves too seriously, but it's not a spoof of the horror genre like Scary Movie.
Yeah.
It just does something really creative with horror, and I also love the spin-off TV series that they made on Netflix.
Yeah.
But I'd say Scream or possibly Shaun of the Dead, if that counts as a horror.
Yeah, I would count that as a horror. It's one of my favorites too.
Yeah, Shaun of the Dead's fantastic, and Scream fantastic. I'd say those two.
Yeah. Which is your favorite Scream movie?
Scream, I'd say the first one.
I would have to agree with that one too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen the TV show yet, so.
I'd suggest watching it. It's actually really great, and season 2, which I'm on right now, is just fantastic. But yeah, it's a great series, and it's not really. It doesn't have to do with the Scream movies. It's not a continuation of the story. It's more of a. It's just a spin-off. They have the voice on the phone calls and the mask, but not the original Ghostface. It's great.
Okay, and I have a couple of questions about your role in The Flash. How did you land your role of young Hunter in the show?
So I was in Vancouver, and this was in the very beginning of 2016, and I just finished doing a different audition, and so it came in that there was an audition for The Flash, and I'd never seen The Flash at all before then. So I was like, hey, I think people like this. So I checked out a bunch of trailers, and I thought, hey, this is pretty cool. Yeah. So I did the audition, and I think I did it fairly well. I was pretty proud of myself afterwards, and so the way you have to do auditions is once you've done it, you have to put it out of your mind completely, because if you get your hopes up, you almost never get auditions. So I just kind of put it out of my mind, and I was like, oh, but I really want this now. So I just couldn't stop thinking about it, and then a couple days later, they told me that I could be playing. I was one of the couple options to play him, and I was like, oh, I really hope I get this. And then it turns out that I got to go on set, and it was really great.
And what was your favorite part about playing young Hunter?
Well, this is gonna seem very weird, but there was a shot. If you've seen the scene, people are watching. There's the shot where we're coming up in the car to go to the orphan place, and it's like raining outside. Well, the fun fact: real rain, you can't see on a camera. It's basically invisible. So they use these giant machines that pump out water really, really well, and that was just so much fun getting to see the rain pour down with those machines. That was lots of fun. Even though I was sick that whole day, like I was really sick, not just cold sick. I was awful sick, but I luckily I had no lines, so I couldn't mess that up. But yeah, it was still lots of fun.
Yeah, I was wondering about those rain scenes because I've never seen a part of on Arrow where there was a rain coming down, but none of the actors were getting wet. I was wondering about that myself a couple months ago.
Mm-hmm. That could be because they added it in post.
Yeah.
There some things go like that.
Yeah. And after you shot your parts for The Flash, did you get to meet or talk to any of the cast members?
No, actually, because I was the young version. I didn't I didn't get to meet any of the main cast, which was it was a little bit sad because it would have been it would have been cool too, but it was still fun. The people I did meet, the two people who were supposed to be playing my parents, they were really great.
Yeah.
And yeah, but no, I didn't get to meet any of the cast.
If you did get to meet any of the cast members, who would you want to meet the most?
Oh, that's difficult. Probably the person who plays Barry.
Grant?
Grant Gustin, I think is his name. Yeah, he that would be a cool one to. He would be cool to talk to. And then, other than that, definitely the person who I played the younger version of, because that would be Teddy Sears, who played Hunter Zolomon, Zoom, Jake Garrick, whatever you want to call him. But yeah, that would have been kind of cool for me to meet him as well.
Yeah. So, do you have plans for appearing in any other DC TV shows like Arrow, Supergirl, or Gotham?
You know, I think it would be. I would love to appear in one of those, even if I could come back onto The Flash and do another bit on that. Because we don't. I don't know, the way that Zoom went out in season 2, it didn't exactly, they didn't kill him, but they kind of, spoiler alert, the Wraiths or whatever just took him into the time place where Barry was for a little bit, so I feel like there's a possibility of him coming back, so I'm holding on to that, but yeah, it would be cool to be on Arrow or Gotham. I haven't seen any Gotham, and I've seen, like, the first couple episodes of Arrow. But yeah, that would be it would be cool to appear on a couple more.
Yeah. So I saw your Sharknado video on YouTube. I loved it a lot. How long did it take to make with the effects and everything?
So that was done with just me and my friend Jace, only us, and we shot that and did that a bunch. So we just shot it. I slammed myself into the ground pretending to be eaten by a shark, stuff like that, and at the end, so Jace, because he's such an immense help in post-production always, he went on my bed and just fell asleep, and it took me about 3 hours, kind of embarrassed to say it, but 3 hours to do all those effects, because it's difficult to create a Sharknado. It's not like you can just look up green screen Sharknado on YouTube and something will pop up. So I had to create all that from scratch, and it was pretty cool. I liked the way it turned out. It was cheesy.
Yeah, do you plan on making another one anytime soon?
That we didn't plan to in the very beginning, and then after that we saw the kind of the response it got, and a lot of people actually buying into our joke and doing like the hashtag Jace lives and hashtag Jace dies, and we were like, oh no, you're just doing that to parody the end of Sharknado 3. What do we do? So it's a possibility. I wouldn't rule it out, but right now we're kind of in the deciding we're in the deciding phase whether we should just do it or leave it alone. But I think that once either news of Sharknado 5 actually comes out, or even it would be a while, but next year we'll probably do something Sharknado in the future, a continuation of that story. It's a possibility.
And is there a show that you would like to have a role in, one you haven't been in before?
One I'd like to be in that I haven't been in before, I'd say, it would be cool to be on Scream, the TV series. That's one that I like. It would be, there's a new Netflix show, Stranger Things.
Yeah.
If they get I love it so much. I've seen every episode twice so far.
I did too.
Yeah. And if they make a season 2, that would be one for me to definitely try to get on.
Yeah, there is going to be a season 2. I found out about it the other day.
Yeah, the Netflix boss was like, it would be really stupid not to do season 2, so it's basically guaranteed now. So that would be a really awesome thing to get on, because that's such a good show.
Yeah. So, tell me about your part in the Once Upon a Time TV show. Was there anything special that you had to do apart from what you did in the show?
On Once Upon a Time?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a different story from The Flash, because I did get to meet some of the main cast members on this Once Upon a Time thing, because they were shooting a different scene at around the same time as they were shooting mine. And so I got to meet the person who plays Henry, and I got to see all of them work on a scene, and that was just the coolest experience ever. And, but, yeah, it was just I was there with the other kid who were doing the pretend sword fighting thing with the sticks, and, look, it's him! And stuff like that, and then we ran off. It was cool. They used a dolly shot, and they had this really awesome camera rig, and there was a horse, and it was all very exciting. But, so we did that for the afternoon, and then, basically everyone else went back, and, I stayed on set for about 2 hours, just watching the people work, because that's how excited I was. That's how exciting it is to be on set of a big show like this. That's something I enjoy a lot.
Yeah, and you watched the show regularly before you got the part?
Yeah, I was actually the biggest fan of Once Upon a Time when I got the audition. And so when I saw it, I was just so excited, and I did the audition, and I was just nervous throughout the whole next day at school, and so then they announced on the speakerphone, "Can Octavian Kaul please come to the office?" And everyone was like, "Ooh, you're in trouble!" And I was just kind of wondering what was going on, and they told me I got the role, and you couldn't wipe the smile off my face for the rest of the day, and my gym teacher got kind of annoyed, but yeah, I was the biggest fan of Once Upon a Time when I got that audition and got the role.
Yeah, and apart from meeting Jerry Gilmore, who else did you get to be on the set of the show?
I got to meet. I briefly met the guy who played Hook. Not on the set though. Like maybe a week ago when I was coming back from Comic-Con, they were on the whole cast was on the same plane as me, and he sat basically next to me. I was like, this is awkward. And so yeah, I got to meet him there, and that was really weird. But other than that, the guy who plays Robin Hood, I got to kind of say hi to, and the person who plays the Evil Queen-ish. Like, the only person I actually had a conversation with was Jared Gilmore, but I got to see everybody working, which is awesome.
Yeah. Did you get pictures or something with them? What else did you talk about with them?
I got a picture with the director, and I took a few pictures around doing the set and stuff, and they're on my Instagram right now.
Oh.
And so, but yeah, I didn't get any pictures with the actors, because it's not like they didn't have like a ton of time. They have to go, and they were setting up the scene and practicing and blocking it through, which it was just a pleasure to watch them do that. See how the professionals did it, because that was when I first started acting, so that was pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. I got one more question for you. If you could go back to any of the classic movies, like in the original Star Wars or in Harry Potter, would you like to get a part in any of those movies?
Oh yeah, there's definitely I'd want to get on the original Star Wars or the original Star Trek series, or possibly any one of Alfred Hitchcock's movies.
Yeah.
Anything with Robin Williams, and where I get to act with him. Yeah, definitely Harry Potter. But they only cast British actors in those roles, so I wouldn't even have a chance. But yeah, definitely all the classics. It would be great to just be there.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me today.
Thank you. It was great.
It was a lot of fun. We could probably do it again another time in the future.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. And I have your picture right here that you sent me.
Awesome,
I
yeah.
have to get a frame for it because I ran out of room to put it. Yes. All right. So, and I'll see you on social media maybe. Nice meeting you today, and we had a lot of fun.
Yep.
All right. Have a nice day.
You too.